G'day, John Newman here from MakeMoneyOnline and in this tutorial I'm talking about mindset and making money online. I'm talking about how important it is to have the correct mindset to making money online, and also with not having the right mindset, why that you're not succeeding online as well. And be warned, there will be a possible rant or two in this video. But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the bell notification, so you can be updated whenever I do another one of these videos. Okay, mindset and making money online, and what's the correlation there? Let's get into it. Okay, so in this video, I'm talking about mindset and having the right mindset to making money online and succeeding online, and also talk a little bit about not having the right mindset and what's holding you back from succeeding online, and how we can go about fixing that so you do start seeing some results in your online marketing. Okay, so in some of the other videos, I also want to talk about my 5-step framework. So to success, what's my formula that I use, in my online marketing. And step 1 of that is mindset, and I will be covering that in this video. So step 2 is list building. So it's all about the importance of building up a powerful email list, a powerful buyers list. Whatever your endeavors are online, you're using that to build up a list, and it's vitally important. And as I said, this is my framework, and I'll talk more about that in other videos. Number 3 is launch jacking, doing review videos. So products that are launching every day, I get on the process of it, not the product. So you're doing review videos, so you don't have to be an expert. You do have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit, and I'll talk more about that in this mindset training here about that. But basically, you don't have to be an expert. You're just being an information provider, and you go about doing that, and offering some cool bonuses as well. And that's, as I say, my bread and butter with what I do online. And then you go into a more advanced step of product creation. Down the track, you start documenting your journey, you start documenting what you learn, and that's where you're really going to see enormous results online. And a step back from that is the learning, do, teach. As you go along, as I said, you don't have to be an expert, but you are learning stuff. So enjoy that learning process, and then you do that stuff. You learn it, you do it, you put it into action, and then you teach that process. So learn, do, teach. So this is just be simple 5-minute tutorial, 10-minute tutorial, something like that. And it's showcasing your journey along the way. So that's the step below that, product creation, and then over time you're going to start creating your own products, and that's where you're really going to see the biggest gains online. And then on the end of that, adding in high ticket offers on the back end, and you're also offering recurring products, like different softwares you use, like a funnel builder software. Like I use ClickFunnels. I can offer that on the back end, and you get recurring commissions on that. Your autoresponder software, any of your tools you use, it's really good stuff to build up a back end on that. Different membership sites as well, you can add that on the back end. So that's basically my 5-step framework of what I focus on in my business. And at the core of that is mindset, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So why is it important in making money online? Now, MMO, or make money online, it's marketed as get rich quick, do it fast, but it actually takes time. The number one question I'm asked is how long until I start making money, or how long until I can get to a certain amount of money, how long before I make my first sale, all this sort of stuff. And that's the wrong attitude. It's on the back end, make money online. You're not, as I'll talk about in a sec. You actually, there's a job mentality to what people do. You're paid for a certain amount of time, but it's not like that in make money online. You are not if you put in a couple of hours work, you're not necessarily going to get paid for that hour's work. You don't get paid for the time you put into it, but it's on the back end of what you're doing. So the work you do now could pay you over and over again into the future. So it's all on the back end. You create a product, you could put in as say 40 hours or whatever creating a product, and you sell it for $20 or something like that, just as an example. You might make a few sales, you might make any, but on the back end, as you go through your journey, down the track, you could be racking up consistent sales over and over from that product, in time. So it's exponential what you can do, but it's not. You're going to put in the work, put in a certain amount of money a time, and you're going to get paid a certain amount. So it's not like that. It can take years. I began on my online journey in 2014, and even before that, looking for ways to make money in property investment. And it take, let's say, like 2020 now. It's over, getting towards 7 years on the start of my 7th year online, and I know some marketers like Brendan Mace, it took him many years before he made his first dollar online, but now he's making millions. So it's not, that's what I say, you've got to get off that job mentality, how long time it takes. You sort of have to trust the process. So as I said, it's marketed as get rich quick, get rich fast. You've got to get off that mentality, the job mentality. If you put in the amount of work, you're going to get paid that set amount. It's on the back end. You can't be hung up on that process of making money quick and fast. It's just not how it's going to happen. You need to get out of your comfort zone. One way you can do it is you can build up a list. Use paid traffic to build up an email list and send out emails. That's probably the least of getting out of your comfort zone that you're going to get in this journey. But for myself, getting on camera, creating YouTube videos, that takes a lot of work. But even learning the process of building a list, writing out emails, stuff like that, you've got to get out of your comfort zone. Putting a website together or creating a blog, that's something different. That the job mentality, of society, it's out of the norm of what you would normally do, what normal society do. So, you've got to be prepared that, you have to get into that comfort zone, and you push into that comfort zone, you stretch it, and, you get more comfortable the more you do it. In making videos like this, I'm here in my room, no one's at home, my wife's away at work, I'm in here talking to myself, basically. That's how I like to look at it. I'm here talking to myself, but I just happen to be filming it, and I'm documenting it to try and teach other people stuff. And so, but it does take, people don't like it. People say, I don't want to get on camera, and you can start out without filming yourself, but lean into that, because you're going to get greater gains. The bigger you go, if you start putting yourself on camera, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So if they see you, it's branding. People, you teach people stuff, you help people out, that's going to help you down the track. So you have to get out of your comfort zone. And it's so easy to give up, or look for another way. Like, that many people give up down the track. Most people, as I said, they ask how long it's going to take. They expect to succeed quickly. So, that many people will give up. Well, most people won't even start. They won't try it. They'll look at it and they'll go, I'm not doing that. I don't want to get on camera. I don't want to write a blog. I don't want to build an email list. I don't want to write a value Facebook post or learn this stuff. So they don't even start. Or, they do it for a little while and they give up. It's too hard. Or they'll look for someone else. They get the shiny object syndrome, and they'll look for something, and then a week later they'll look for something else. They'll buy a product, and a couple of days later they'll buy something else, then they'll buy something else, and they're all over the shop and overwhelmed, and then in the end they give up. So it's so easy to give up, and to start looking at another way, and just think you're trying to learn something new all the time, and you think that's progress, but you're actually not going anywhere at all. And society wants you to fail. There's so many naysayers out there, and this comes from yourself, from within as yourself. If most people, I grew up, in working class family, no one that I knew had a business, or definitely not an online business. Back in them days, there was no such thing as an online business. But, there's no examples of any people in business in my family. The idea was, really, there was no even thought of me going to university. It was like you'll do your year 10, you might go to year 11 or 12, and then you'll get a job doing something. And it's out of the norm. And most people have that mentality. Then they see you doing something different, and they will try and pull you back to their level. And you, as I said, it's yourself. You will have doubts. You will have you'll definitely have doubts. You'll feel like giving up. There's days that I felt like giving up. So you've got those doubts yourself, your own self doubts. As I said, society, friends. I've spoken to friends. I don't like to say anything too much, to my in real friends that I see in real life, because they don't understand what I'm doing. They don't know. So I'm at the point where have been for a while. I basically don't talk about it. And if they sometimes they'll ask, what are you doing this? You try to explain it, and basically they look at you like you're an alien. They've got no idea what you're talking about, don't understand it. Probably think, what does he think he's some tycoon? I've had some friends think I'm investing, some big share investor. But I'm just doing something totally different, doing an online marketing business, doing review videos of affiliate other people's products. So they don't understand. I'll try and bring you back to your level. Your friends and family, in particular, even my wife, she has doubted me so often. She said, you've been doing this for so many years, why haven't you succeeded yet? That has happened, so many times, and when someone you love, very close to you, is doubting what you're doing, even though, well, personally, I was at the point where I know that I will succeed eventually. It's just I'm on the right track, but with inconsistent results. And even when I've made some money, is that all? It's like, well, come on, it's just crazy. But that's what it happens. But then sometimes you get some really good results, and then she'll sort of look and think and doesn't say anything, and then maybe that's thinking, oh, maybe he's onto something. And so it's you've got these people trying to claw you back to their level, and they're probably trying to keep you safe. They think, and how crazy it is. My wife thinks I'm off having an affair half the time with the stuff I'm doing online. I'm racking my brain continually. I'm constantly thinking about business, and then you think in the back of her mind, she thinks I'm off having an affair. It's like, that is crazy, but that's because they don't understand what you're doing. They can't see that. So when you start this journey, other people don't understand, what the journey's like, and they want to keep you safe, keep them safe. So they want to bring you back, claw you back to their level, but you can't, have that. You've got to not let that get to you. Just stick to your journey. There's a great group of people online that know what this is about, and many are succeeding. And they're the people that you need to talk to online, and unfortunately, that's what I say. People in real life don't understand. As I say, my real friends don't understand what I'm doing online, and that's just, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. You just need to accept that that's the way it is. But that's why it's so important, to have the right mindset. So you can't let yourself stop you, or your friends stop you, your family stop you, society stop you. And it can be very difficult, but, if you haven't got your mindset right, it's hard. And that's why to succeed online, your mindset is 90% of the battle. Because if you've got the right mindset, not saying you're going to have not going to have doubts and fears and all that along the way, but if you've got the right mindset in place, that is 90% of the battle, because you will succeed eventually, if you keep going. So that's why it is so important. Now this is where my rant warning comes. The mindset that grinds my gears of people that don't have the right mindset, and think that they're right for one thing, and it kind of gets on my fucking nerves like you wouldn't believe. And the number one is this refund mentality. Excuse my swearing, there might be a couple of little expletives here. but it does make me so angry. And this refund mentality is one of those that's really getting to me at the moment, because I actually had my best product launch recently, and sold quite a lot of copies. But, there has been a few refund requests, not that many. The worst of that is they don't even ask for a refund, and they'll go in and they'll put a dispute in with PayPal or something like that, and which can cause, there's been many marketers because of this that have had their accounts shut down. Now, in the Warrior Plus, I promote a lot of Warrior Plus products. There is a serial refund mentality with some people in there. Some people are dishonest. They want to buy your product and basically steal it. They want to steal your product. A $13 product, but they want to steal it. They want to pay for it, refund it, and still use it. People. The trouble with a lot of Warrior Plus, the audience of Warrior Plus, although, as I said, people have an insatiable appetite for these type of products, but, a lot of people, they don't want to take action on what they learn. They just want to keep buying these products, buying these shiny objects month after month. They'll buy several of these products month after month and not take any action on them, and they'll think, that's progress. So, that's, unfortunately, in a way, as a marketer, we tap into their lack of a mentality, to make, decent money online. But, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But, back to the refund mentality, sometimes they'll come up with the craziest excuses. I've had people say, that they, or the technology, my tech isn't working at the moment, and I'll reply back. I say, look, I'll try and talk them out of it. I don't want a refund, and I'll say, well, what's the problem? How can I help? Is your computer not working? Is the internet not working? Why are you saying you've got a tech problem? Quite often they don't answer. I've had people come back and say, this product, it's too basic for me. I've had some experienced marketers give me responses on this, saying that they've learned some stuff, that it's quality training, and personally I believe it's quality training, it's foundational stuff, but it is designed for newbies, and there's some advanced tactics in there as well. But this person said this is too basic for me, and I've come back to them. I said, well, look, this is what I teach. My philosophy is, if you're going to refund my product, I'm going to you'll be blocked from purchasing any of my future products. Is that what you want? And a couple of people, this one in particular, come back. Was a little bit angry about that. Said, I've bought heaps of products on Warrior Plus over the years. I've never had anyone talk to me that way. I was just basically, it was a bit of a warning, but at the end of the day, if you want to refund my product, this is the basics of what I teach. I can't help you, but also underlying that, he's saying this is too basic, and he's bought heaps of Warrior Plus products over the years. I think, is this guy a serial refunder? Because I looked at it, found his Warrior Plus account. He's never made a single sale on Warrior Plus. So, how experienced is this guy? This is basic stuff. Foundational stuff, it may be a little bit basic in places, that's going to teach you stuff. But is he doing it? Well, it doesn't appear to me that way. I had another guy come in and say, look, can you give me a refund? I don't fancy this. I'm saying, well, that's a pretty poor excuse to want a refund. I don't fancy it. I mean, but anyway, so this refund mentality, and it really drives me nuts, because the reason why, I've spent over $30,000 plus on my online education, some of that, on property stuff as well. I probably spent over $6,000 on a property course that was, borderline scam at best. I bought quite a lot of Warrior Plus products. The way I look at it, there's always something I've got out of it. There's always something that I've got out of everything that I've bought. Some of the courses I've bought, are really good. Some, not so much. But it's never entered my mind to ask for a refund. And if you are asking for a refund of a $13 product, a $10 product, you have to ask yourself why. Now, I've had this argument with other people, and they say, oh yes, but so it's a software product, and so yes, some of the software products are crappy, and they said, it doesn't work, all this. Just chalk that up to bad experience. I've spent $13 on a crap. I will buy a beer, a pint, and a glass of wine at a pub. It costs more than that. If you are turning around and use it as your education. To me, if you've got the mindset of refunding $10, $13 products, even any, to me, I spent a couple of thousand on one product. It was a bit of a disappointment, to be honest, but I still got something out of it. There was some benefits in other ways, and I've spent 15, another couple of thousand on something that's out of this world. So it can be hit and miss, but I would never, even $1,000, $2,000. I chalk that up to experience. The $6,000 course on property, it was probably a mistake looking back, but I class that as a price of an education. And if you have the mentality that you are going to refund a $13 product, a $10 product, even a $100 product, you have not got the mindset to succeed online, and that's just a fucking fact. It is absolutely true. If you want to refund a $13 product, or I don't like, even if it's crap, you open it up, it doesn't work. I'm like, it's $13. I'll pay, a beer. If I grab a beer from the bar and walk away and I trip and spill it, I'm like, oh, I want my money back. No, I say like, oh, fuck it, I'll go buy another one. That's just the way it is. So I'm just saying, if that is your mentality, you will never succeed online, and that's a fact. So you can make all the excuses. They should do this, they should do that, whatever. If that's your mentality, you will not succeed online, and that is a fact. So that's the first one there. Winding back a little bit, I did get a little hyped on that one, but I don't know enough. There's a guy, I like him. Oh mate, known him for years online. I've got on a call with the guy. I know he's bought heaps of stuff from ClickFunnels, bought books, and continually, I don't know enough. Mate, it's an excuse. You do know enough. You learn anything. That's why it comes back to the learn, do, teach. It doesn't. You can learn to build a landing page. You can learn how to create a list for your autoresponder. Anything. You learn something. You do it. You learn that. You do it. You put it into action. You can turn around and create a 2-minute tutorial on that. Within 12 months, you can have heaps of stuff that you've learnt. There's none of this, I don't know enough. You do know enough. I can't add value. It can be difficult if when you're starting out, but it's a learn, do, teach. That's how you go about it, and sharing your journey. Like it's something I wish I'd have done more when I first started. Documenting my journey, learn, do, teach along the way. It would have benefited me, far better. But that's the fact. There's none of this. I don't know enough. If you're starting out, complete newbie, yes, you don't know enough, but you're learning stuff. Use it as a learning experience, and take action on what you learn. Start implementing this stuff. Do it. What succeeds, what not. Then do this didn't work. Okay, document it. You're teaching people. You can put that on YouTube. You can put it into a blog. You can put it into a Facebook post. Put it into a podcast. Anything like that. Put it on any sort of social media. Learn, do, teach. There's none of this, I don't know enough. You need to start. It's as simple as that. You can't let that stop you, because if you let thinking you don't know enough stop you, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to get anywhere. You're going to stay where you are. That's just the way you are. This guy's been saying this for years and years and years. I don't know enough. You do know enough. You just need to start putting it into practice and showing people, teaching people, documenting your journey, what you're learning. You do know enough. So, it's as simple as that. Can't follow instructions. it can be hard if you're trying to help someone, online without coaching. Like I charge a couple $100 for about an hour's coaching session. It's basically a strategy session. I haven't got time to sit there, and spend, it's going to, that my time, is valuable in that way. That's why I like to, do tutorial videos. But another guy just started, once again, I think he's getting overwhelmed, confused. I know he bought one of my products and wanted to know where to start, where to do this. I said, in my Facebook group, go through the units there, got into something else. I can't build a website. Mate, 2 buttons, the website's built. There's videos there showing you in this membership platform. Watch them, go through, watch the video. Like I go through, watch it once, go through then, and just watch it, stop it. When it tells you to do something, go do it. Do that. Watch it, stop it, go do it. Follow the instructions. I can't hand feed you. I can't babysit you. I can tell you, this is what you've got to do. Here are the instructions. If you can't follow instructions, I don't know, maybe you haven't got the fucking brain to succeed online. And that's as simple. Some people are stupid. I hate to say it, but some people don't, can't. If that's the case, go get a job, mate. You're only hurting yourself. Or just think, hang on, I know it's difficult, but if I've got to watch it 2 or 3 times, okay, go and follow the instructions. That's it, So you really, I implore you, training tutorials that show you, you can follow those instructions. You can do it, but you need to listen to what people are saying. You need to be teachable in this. You can't just go off on a tangent and think, I don't know how to do this. It looks too hard. The instructions are there. Follow them. Stop it. Go back. If you've done that a few times, okay, there's something here that's not quite right. And give detailed instructions so I can help you. It's very difficult when it's all over the place. I'm thinking, sometimes people ask, I can't get that, but I don't know. I'm not really sure what you're talking about. And then you come back, okay, I'm starting to decipher it, but I can only do that for so long. So, you really need to be able to follow instructions to succeed. So, and people that don't do anything, once again, if you're not doing anything, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just not going to, that's it. It's done. If you don't do anything, you can buy 1 million products, every week, If you don't do anything, you are not going to get anywhere. It's as simple as that. So, there's nothing more you can say about that. If you're not taking any action, you're not doing anything. And I had a conversation with another guy. He said, I'm struggling with this thing that I put a post up about. I made some money. I'm struggling with this, and I say, well, it's all there in the training. Once again, follow the instructions. And, oh, yeah, but it's like this I'm having trouble with. I said, well, what are you doing now? And he goes, I haven't done anything yet. I say, well, that's the reason why you haven't made any money. You actually have to do something. Oh, okay, yes, I have to do something. I'm thinking, oh my God. But, it's you have to take action. It's not going to come and fall out of the sky, So, and if you expect us to be quick and easy, it's just not. Make money online. Now, honestly, there has been some guys that have seen success, relatively quickly. But these are the people that are actually taking massive action, But for the majority of people, it takes time. As I said, I've started out in 2014, done a heap of things, tried taking action, but a lot hasn't worked, but, eventually now it's starting to come together, but, I knew it wasn't going to be easy. There's so many people say, it takes, 5-10 years, stuff like that. But, for the most people, they're not going to see it straight away. But, what's 10 years of your life worth? You're working for 40 years or more. What's 10 years of implementing something that can, set you free, it can exponential amount of money that you can earn. You think of it that way. That's to say, I look back now and I think how far I've come in 3 years. But if you looked at it and think, I can't do this for 3 years. If I'm not successful in a week and a half, I'm giving up. That's not going to happen. And as I said before, there's a guy in high ticket mentoring and coaching program that I'm in. He come in this year, but he tried a lot of other different stuff as well. But he has absolutely crushed it this year, but by absolutely getting way out of his comfort zone and taking massive action. And that's when and people look, oh God, you've done so well so quick, but you haven't seen the work that the guys put in, so. Don't expect it to be quick and easy. Don't, as I said, coming back to that, how long until this? But how long until I can see my first 10,000 a month? How long can I expect that? How long before I can see my first, $1,000? How long before I see my first sale? It's like a piece of string. There's no how long. You don't know. It could be this long. It could be that long. It could go on for miles and miles. Expect it to not be quick and easy. Put it that way. Expect it to not be quick and easy. But, and if it happens quicker than you expect, that's a bonus, but you expect that it's going to take time. It's not going to be quick and easy. They want it handed on the platter. Like I said, they want everything done for them. They're like entitled, I've paid $1,000 for this. I am entitled you to do everything for me and to make heaps and heaps of money. That's just... That isn't going to happen. It isn't the real world. It isn't in the real world. You've got to go out there and work your guts off to get anywhere in life. It's just not going to happen. It's the same as online. It's not going to happen. You're not going to pay even $1,000 or $2,000 for a course, and it's all going to come to you in a rush. It just isn't going to happen, without you doing hardly anything. There's still an enormous amount of work that you need to put in, It's just not going to happen. This complainer, victim mentality, they complain about, one thing that gets me is people that complain about me emailing. Now, you're on my email list. You've either signed up for something free or you bought one of my products. Now, I've got a welcome video, I will email you 2 or 3 times a day, That's how I do it in my business. I'm telling you this, so I'm telling you up front that's what I'm going to do. But I've had people say, you're spamming me. I said, well, mate, you've opted in. I'm telling you this is what I'm going to do. But just hang on a second. If I'm earning decent money on my list, you've bought a product or opted in to try and learn how to make money online or to build an online business. So that's why you're on my list. You've bought a product or opted in for something like that. How about look at what I'm doing? Russell Brunson, the owner of ClickFunnels, always says, you opted into my list to learn about marketing. Then why are you complaining about me marketing to you? Learn from the marketers. Like all those people, I'm on heaps of people's email lists. Some people email you. I know some people that email you half a dozen or more times a day. It may be a bit much. Sometimes. There's so many marketers, when they're launching products, they say, email 4 times a day for this, and then 4 times a day for the next 4 days, stuff like this. And then, so that's what, so you get a lot of emails. Expect that, don't complain about that. Don't complain, about anything, what you're learning. Use it as an education, don't be a victim. Don't think the world's against you, because you're not going to succeed. You're complaining. Another guy on my Facebook post, I ended up having to get rid of him. Whenever you put something up about mindset, and then they complain. Oh yeah, but the gurus do this. They tell you this. They tell you that. And they don't do anything. But it's just so negative. You're complaining. All the time. This guy isn't succeeding online, but all he's doing is complaining about it. I think he may have got scammed once or twice along the line. But these people. Got that victim mentality. That's the people that seem to be that do get scammed. Just don't have that victim mentality. Don't complain. The world doesn't owe you a living. You've got to go out there and get it yourself. It's as simple as that. Spammers is another one. These are the real spammers. They come into my Facebook groups. One of the things, the rules are no spam in my group. Don't promote your links or your products in my group except on my specific promo post, and then you can do it. People do it. They just keep doing it. And the worst part of that is actually people out there teaching them to do this, which is just mind-blowing. It does not work. You might get a sale here and there. I know my last course that I promoted, a guy was an affiliate of it. He actually made a sale, and I'd seen it was a friend request there. So I accepted the friend request. Then the next thing you know, he's spamming me this product on Warrior Plus, and like these are all my bonuses. And I'm like, mate, I get review access to all these products. Don't go spamming my messenger box. And normally these people I just block. If they spam me in Messenger, I block them. They'll spam me in my group, I block them. It's as simple as that. Comes in and does that. He goes, oh, sorry, and then he goes, oh, but these are really good bonuses. And I see you literally come back 5 seconds later and done the same thing. I said, right, well, you're gourmet, and I won't be letting you promote any of my products in the future. You might get a couple of sales here and there, but you just, people hate that. I hate it. I hate spammers. Learn the right way to do marketing. Learn from the right way to do, good marketers, the right way to do marketing. Don't go spamming your links, on people's Facebook groups. That there are Facebook groups out there that are spam groups, and that's what they want. Post your links, whatever. If you want to do that, go in there. You could drop it in there all day. You're still not going to earn any money doing that anyway. But don't go spamming people's groups. People post stuff, people spam in the comments. Just don't do it. It really makes me angry. You're not going to get anywhere if you're a spammer like that. Learn the right way to do marketing. And people that give up, it's in a way it breaks your heart. People they either don't start or they give up. Like, and I've seen so many people give up over the years, and even people that were doing good stuff for a while, and then all of a sudden they disappeared. After a while, and you think, it's a shame, because they were actually coming along, and they're probably starting to earn some money, and they're gone. And even a couple of big guys that were doing really well, they've disappeared the last couple of years, and you just think, well, you've come so far to just give up, and yeah, I mean, in a way, it's sad, it really is, because you only ever fail when you give up. That's when you fail. You're not a failure in life until you give up. You're not a failure online until you give up. So that's more of an upsetting one than a rant. It does. It breaks my heart. And you see people, you're trying to help people, and then but yeah, I'm going to give up. And you think, it's a shame, because I know, what is possible online. Where you can go, and if you're going to give up, that is sad, in my opinion. So let's get it right. Okay, so what's your why? Now there might be a couple of little woo-woo things here, but what is your why? Because you need a bigger reason. Okay, you want to make money online. Now that's where I come in. Yeah, I wanted to make money online, but the reason being, for me, number one, I hate my job. Hated it for years. Really, really, really hate it. I want to get out of that. And it's a driving force for me to get out of that. It's something I don't want to be doing. I don't like being told what to do. I remember when I was at school in year 10, and you can't do this, you can't do that. I remember thinking then, I can't wait to get out of here, and not be told what to do. And then when you're at work, you're being told what to do. Like my job, the mining, it's starting to come back to that. You're starting to being treated a little bit like children, and like that is something I don't want for the rest of my life. 46, I don't want to be doing this. I've seen people there, in their 60s, some even there in their 70s. Oh, mate, that is just something I don't want, and if you love your job, that's great. That's probably not one of the reasons why, so, but that's a driving force for me, so, and another driving force is my family, to take care of my aging mother. Like I bought a house for my mother, and to look after her as she gets older, is very important to me. Like I've got kids, I want to be able to look after them, to be able to travel to see my kids, although it's a bit difficult at the moment with this COVID stuff, but that's an option. My wife's got aging mum, aging grandparents, we've got family all around the state of Australia, and that's something, you want to be able to do without having to worry about that money to take care of them, and also, just not having to worry about money. Like money. Yeah, people say yes, money doesn't solve everything. Well, yeah, obviously, but 90% of your problems in life, stem back to not having enough money, worrying about money. That's something that I don't want to do. Yes, there's still other problems. There's problems manager and all the rest. You got problems with your business, everything like that. But you need to not have that worry that you're gonna, like, if you got a bill, like if you get a big bill and you think, oh, how am I going to pay this? If you get a bill and you go, okay, no problem, and then you just like pay it. Don't have to worry about it. Don't have to worry about having enough money to pay that bill. If you want something nice, you go, well, you know what, we'll get that. If you want to say, look, my wife will say, look, I'd love to go out to dinner tonight. Yep, no worries. And weekend. Oh yeah, we'll stay at the hotel. We'll have a nice night. Nice night away. Have like a date night. And not have to worry about that money. You go, oh no, I can't really afford it. That's not how you want to live. So you want to be able to do, what you want. Like I love watching sport, but if you're working because you need that money to come in, you just don't want that. You want to be able to do what you want, when you want. So that, you work out your why, and write it down. It's very, very important to have something more. And if it is, I like to have some nice things. I'd like a nice car, like a big house. That's something. There's nothing wrong with that either. But delve into it a bit. The reasons why. It comes to freedom, and people say, oh, it's not about the freedom, it's about the money. I say, yeah, but that comes from money. So it's not a bad thing to want money. In my opinion. But there's still got to be a reason behind why you want that money. So look at it a bit deeper. But there's nothing wrong with wanting money for that reason. And you can take care of your family, you can take care of your friends. You can do a lot more good from a position of power of having money than what you'll ever be able to do if you're dirt poor. So it's a simple fact. But it comes back, the mindset behind that. Like my mum's always said, I'd sooner be happy than have money. I say, well, why does it have to be both? And having money would make me happy in a lot of areas of my life. I mean, it doesn't insure it. You're still going to have problems. There's still going to be other issues. Yes, but as I said, it's going to solve 90% of your problems. So why demonise that? Because that's what society does. But once again, delve into that reason why and the reasons why you want that money, and write it down, and look at it whenever you need, when times get tough, look at that. You have to commit, and at the end of the day, it was before 2014 when I was looking at property, and went to a property seminar, and they said to me, turn to the person next to you and say, I commit to being rich. And, I said that, I commit to being rich. Whatever that looks like, but committed to that process, that I will succeed online. I've committed, so that's why I'm not going to give up. Even though and it's an up and down adventure. It's a roller coaster. This online business, you'll have highs, you'll have lows, it'll dip, you'll have lots of in betweens. When times get tough, you'll have problems. That isn't going to change, but you have to commit to the process, and like I said, even not long ago, it was getting tough for a while. Things weren't going well for a while. I mean, things have picked up enormously towards the end of the year, but before that, it was just having a really tough time, and sometimes, and then I just thought, maybe I feel like giving up, honestly, and but I knew I wouldn't, because I've committed to the process. And also I know too much now. I can't go back to just going along to work and just, watching TV or something like that, because, to me, this online business is all about a learning process, a growth process that I love as well. But, I've committed to that process that I will succeed. So I wasn't going to give up, but, there are days when you'll feel like getting up. But because you've had a big why, once again, I know too much. I've committed to the process. I'm really committed. I will never give up. Until if I don't succeed, I'll be dead. It's as simple as that. But it's also a growth process. So you want to be continually growing, learning new stuff as well. So, but you need to commit to that. You need to have goals. You need to set goals, and the bigger goals, the bigger vision of where you want to be. Maybe money, but also targets of actions you want to achieve. And write those down. And measure, monitor, adjust along the way. Like always, it's about to go into 2021. I'm going to be setting up. My yearly goals. I'll look at the big picture, look at my yearly goals, and then I'll start out, 3-month plan, what I want in 3 months, and then I'll go about, my daily, weekly, and daily action plans on that. But then you go back and you just tick off, you just keep taking actions then, and then you go, once you get to about 3 month stage, you're measuring it, seeing where you are, you're monitoring it, and adjusting your target along the way. So you have your big goals and your targets, so it's a progress point, and it's always shifting. But you need to have something to aim at, because otherwise, if you haven't got somewhere to aim at, somewhere where you want to go, where are you going to go? You're just going to go nowhere. Just go around in circles because you don't know what you're doing. You're not focused. So you need to do that, and schedule time in to work on this. For me, I don't schedule time in anymore, because I basically every spare second I've got. I'll do, my wife wants to do stuff. Well, okay, we'll go do that. But every spare minute I've got, I will be working on my business, constantly. So for that's how it is for me, and it's something that I'm constantly thinking about. So, I don't have to necessarily schedule time in it, but like if you're working, you've got family commitments, you may have to schedule some time in, set some ground rules in the beginning. Now my wife, probably doesn't like it all the time, but she knows, this is what I'm doing. Basically, she'll give me stuff to do or stuff we want to do, but she knows, that, this is what I'm doing, every spare second, then I'll be on the computer working. When I've got time, I'll be doing something. I need the bins emptied. Okay, no worries, go do that. Come back, start working again. I mean, that's just the way it is, So, each different, But this scarcity versus this abundant mindset. So, once again, this lack, this scarcity. Worried about, is there enough out there? You got to get off that and get on with the abundant mindset, because there is plenty out there. This business is exponential, and as I say, as I come through, people are saying about the launch jacking, how hard it is, the competition, all that, there's a slice in there. There's so much slice of the pie, it's unbelievable. So, get off that. There's massive slice of the market out there for everybody. This online journey is just beginning. It's just nothing yet compared to what it's going to be. There is a huge market out there. Like some people say, the money online niche is too competitive. And there's not anything there. There is plenty there. Believe me. I've seen it from other people. That there's no different. Other people have come in. I've seen it, got some of the pie myself. And it's just the tip of the iceberg. And I see there's so much more there. It's a huge opportunity. This online. It's just really it is a massive opportunity, and there is so much abundance there. You just really get that. But you do have to rewire your brain a little bit. As I said, you got these stuff from your past, from your family, from society, trying to hold you back, get you back to that scarcity and lack environment. But you need to tap into the abundant side of it. Now, how you do that, as I said, it can get a little woo-woo. Like people like Tony Robbins, amazing motivational speaker. Have a look at some of his stuff. There's YouTube videos. Mindset and inspirational videos on YouTube. You can tap into that. There's heaps of books out there as well. You can go into things like meditation, money, mindset, meditations that you can listen to, affirmations, it's rewiring your brain in the right way. I've always said, I used to do a lot of that stuff. I don't do as much anymore because I'm basically on to the action, now. But, sometimes it's good to get back, listen to a bit of a motivational audio or meditation or affirmations or something like that, to start out your day, get you in the right time, mindset, right, frame of mind, and always say, that stuff, to get you into the right frame of mind to start taking action. So, but it's very important to get to tap into that. And if you're feeling the lack of scarcity, start tapping into that abundant mindset. It's vitally important. Celebrate the process over the outcome, and this is very difficult, and it's something that I've struggled with as well. Because you want to get that money. You want to make money, and you do. So, and as I said, I've got money goals, but that's the outcome. But celebrate the work, celebrate the process. If you're taking action, you're taking doing the work. You're doing a certain amount of review videos, for example, sending out the emails, building your list, doing the right thing. Creating tutorials, building up your YouTube channel, building up subscribers. Building up a Facebook group, all that sort of stuff. Celebrate that process. You're learning it. You're learning new stuff. You start implementing that. Celebrate that process and just try and get off that outcome. And like I said, I know it can be difficult, and that's when I will slip back. If sales are going down, you're struggling a little. You probably start to go towards that scarcity mindset, but you need to get off that. Okay. Don't worry about that. Let's just do the process. Let's do the work. Keep going. Keep pumping out the review videos. Keep doing it. And, it's amazing when you do that, then the results come. So, celebrate that process of taking action, and get off that outcome. And as I said, I know it can be difficult, and that's where, trying to tap into this abundant mindset can really help. And this is huge. Learn to love the failure. If you're not succeeding, learn from that. Okay, why didn't that work? Okay, this didn't work. So okay, let's learn from that. Do it differently. Try something else. As I said before, you're only a failure if you quit. You're only a failure when you give up. Like I said, some of the launches. You look back now, I made 50, 60 sales. The first couple of launches I had. Probably considered a failure at the time. I look back now, it probably wasn't a failure, but compared to some people, thousands of units sold, you class that as a failure. But look how much I learned in that process of doing that is amazing. And my last launch, sold over 270 units. Definitely considered that a success. But then compared to some other people that turned around and made 1,000 sales, launching the same day, and you think, well, compared to that, it's an absolute failure. But for me, it was a real success. But hopefully in a year or two, you look at that and you think, well, and you make it 1,000 or a couple of thousand sales, and you think, well, that probably was a failure. So it depends how you look at it. But what you learn in that process, going through that, creating products, is amazing, and when you do an affiliate campaign and you don't make any sales, learn from that process. You learn to love that failure, embrace that failure, because you're only a failure if you quit. Don't worry about the failure. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. You just think, well, why didn't it work? What can I do differently? What can I try? Do something a bit different to try and make that better. Learn to love, the learning this aspect of it as well. And don't worry about the failure, because you're only a failure if you quit. You're only a failure when you give up. That's the only time you ever fail. Okay, yeah, it wasn't really a successful launch, but so what? Don't worry about that, because you got the right mindset. It doesn't matter. You will succeed eventually. You'll learn from that, and you'll try something different. Things will change. And going through this process of creating products for me is just an amazing learning experience. So. And, my first coach I ever had, said to me, confidence comes from experience, and experience comes from doing. So you need to go out, that always resonated with me straight away. It's all about taking action. And, that's something I've always done. And for years, I've been consistent in taking action. At times, bit of lack of focus, bit of procrastination here and there, sure, that'll bob its head. But, Keep taking action. Keep taking action. And the more you do that, the more confident you get. And you also get some wins along the way. You'll get some failures, but you'll get some wins along the way. Confidence comes from experience, and experience comes from doing. If you do nothing, you're never going to get confident. Keep doing stuff. Oh, I'm learning this. Okay, I'm starting to feel confident about what I'm doing here. But it comes from taking action, from doing. So, it comes back to learn, do, teach. Learn, do, teach. Keep taking action. It's the only way. At the end of the day, you are 100% responsible for your life. That's, you are not entitled to anything. No one is going to give you success out there. No one. It's up to you. It's up to you how you succeed in any aspect of your life. It's on you. No matter how much this person is, really driving you nuts, it's your responsibility how you react to that. It's your responsibility how you deal with that and what you do about it. Whether that means eliminating that person from your life or changing the way you are to them, or to change their attitude. And anything you're doing in life, anything you are doing in your online business, it's all down to you. It's all down to you and your actions and the way you handle that. So you are 100% responsible for your life. And keep taking consistent action. That's the main thing. Keep working at it. Never give up. You only fail if you quit. You only fail if you quit and you give up. That's the only time you fail in life. So keep that attitude. Hopefully you've got something out of this. Hopefully it will help you out. And, as I said before, keep taking action and succeed online. Mindset is 90% of the battle. It is so important. I hope you take that on board. Okay, thanks. John here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.